What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I just realized how I can make this design about 100 times better than it is. And I had the right idea when I was doing this. It was just the execution was slightly off. But it finally clicked. It finally clicked. What is this layout? It's not bad either. I'll stick with this one. Okay, save as. Charrette Day 5. And we've got a podcast. We've got a podcast episode in 11 hours, which I'm very excited about. So look forward to that on the Y to the T. Okay, so look, I had this bay here. This is what I thought was throwing it off. The width of the garage door opening and the width of the driveway. So then I created the bay and then I just duplicated this and I had a little hanging over. No, that is supposed to define the bay in itself. So this is all supposed to go away. And this dimension should be replicated over here. These can all go away. These are too weird. It needs a cornice that actually looks like a cornice. The thing was, I've got the parapet up here, which is adding some height to the facade, but I'm going to take this. And just literally move it. Let's move it over about 300 feet. Not 200. 100. There. Now, I should leave these columns here. I need those. Let's ungroup this guy. Well, let's see if. Yeah, I do have to ungroup it. All right, we're going to ungroup this guy. The design is really going to click. Really going to click if I could get to it. I'm going to try to get to it quick. We're going to design we're going to set a record for designing a front elevation of a building. A traditional front elevation of a building, because you could design a blank facade pretty quickly. All right, we're going to leave these columns. And we're going to move all the rest. Go bye-bye, 200 feet over. Oh, no, 100 feet over. Okay, this is what we have to work with. And what I should have done is start with symmetry. So this garage door can be the access to the lobby on the other side. I mean, this driveway dimension can define the dimension too. Here, I just got to show you. Dios me levanta. Being good is easy. Don't get queasy. I didn't get this buzz because I speak easy. I am, I was, I will be. Because. Oh, there we go. Nice. I fire on all cylinders. You just cap like a ceiling does. Architecture's getting lifted up. We guide the flow like a cricket does. Pyramids. The cricket is actually a piece up on the roof that guides drainage. And, you know, many think that it's called a cricket because it resembles the legs of a cricket. And that is possible. The actual origin of the term seems isn't fully known. But I think that is. It looks like a cricket's legs. Cricket. Oh, my God. This is what was missing. And now in here, we define the bays. What is going on with this? Why is it not symmetrical? Let's get these symmetrical. Oh yeah, I deleted those. Yeah, those are gone now. It's gonna have a regular cornice. Yeah, at least on the front elevation. Let's get these symmetrical for now until we really design those tops. I mean, they're going to stay symmetrical, but I don't know if that's going to be the design. Now, what we want here is an even number of columns and an odd number of bays. So inevitably, this front elevation isn't that wide. Really, we're going to have to do 4 columns and 3 bays. That's it. That's our only option. Oh, is this where I model in the diminution? You know, we're going to keep it for now just to get the locations. Okay, let's see how it works. If we copy this over 4 feet, oh, that's a little. 6 feet, 7 feet, 6 or 7. I think 7. I think 7 is just right. And then we copy this one over. See, the element that I thought was throwing the whole design off, the driveway, needs to actually become the rhythm setter for the front elevation. That's what it is. You turn the minus into a plus instead of having it as an element that you're considering a hindrance to the design. There we go. And that'll be the entrance. Wow, that's marvelous. Now, do these bays work? I know we should just make new ones. Loft, this wall to this wall. Well, I gotta go this way actually. And then you look at it until you get frustrated by it. And then you go in and you adjust what's frustrating you. Sure, these have gone 8 feet, but I think making the center larger is actually a good move. No, this is right. This looks right. What about making X's in these? No, we're not even there yet. No, we loft here to here. No, that's not good. Or is it? These lines you throw away. Now let's move this. Up. What is that? 9 feet? 10 feet? 11? That's 11. No, it's expressing the horizontality too much. Oh, and that's where the diminution comes in, because the diminution really helps you draw more attention to the verticality. So let's make this column wider at the bottom. See how this is going to look. Duplicate edge. This edge. Offset. Maybe just a couple inches. And now we loft these two together. Please work. Oh, that worked. Now we can mirror these from the midpoint. Traditional design is definitely not as easy as it looks. And the thing about architecture is, in general, is sometimes we fall in love with the first thing we see, and we don't want to keep evolving it. But part of me is considering not having the horizontals expressed at all, and just expressing the verticals without the diminution. No, they need a diminution. It also needs a good cornice. And this is where we start drawing and generating 3D model from two-dimensional drawing. Which plane is that? That's not Y. Is it X? Yeah, it's X. And then when we start cutting into this, maybe we cut into that with arches. Maybe we look at it like this and start carving into it. No, I know where it needs to be carved. And this needs to be closed off. It's actually not bad. Yeah, keep that for now. Oh, not the curve of the surface. Man, this is a pretty messy 3D model. So when it comes time to make this printable, it's going to be quite a bit of work, I think. want to cut arches out into this. How do I want to do this? Let's see. Wow. We end up having to have quite a bit of projection lines. Perpendicular. Perpendicular. It is checked. It should snap somewhere here. Oh, right there. Nice. Well, actually, we have multiple options on how to do this. That already looks pretty good in itself. Maybe those shouldn't be projection lines to help me design. Maybe those should actually make their way into the design and be expressed as elements themselves. No, it looks weird. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna leave those for now. And this is gonna help me define the arches. I want to put arches up here. Oh man. This is going to be nice. Whoa. That's why architecture is like music, because it has rhythm, it has structure. It's not random geometry just playing with itself. It's a highly structured, sophisticated expression of built environment. Now, these, well, actually, these should have been part of the one I copied off there. Because if I don't like what I do here, I'm definitely going to like these and I'm going to want to keep these. Copy. Nice. Why is the direction of the extrusion so weird? Direction should be this way. Just extrude it a little further than we need to. All right, this is going to be a tough call, but I want to trim out these parts. And I can't. This needs to be extruded further down. And now with these together, trim. And then, how do I want to do this? What was that? I got an Xbox here. Apparently, I didn't know that. There's an Xbox. Wait, I should hide that. There's an Xbox app on your PC. Can't you just get like the PC games? I never noticed that before. All right, but let's see. Okay, now I want to get what's left of the arches. This is what's going to make the cornice really pop. Get what's left of the arches and trim out what's left of the element that's curving on the other axis. Watch, you'll know what I mean. That. Isn't that fire? That is fire. And now it doesn't even need these. See, I knew I needed something up there. Or does it? Well, I'm gonna leave it for now. We'll see. We got the massing down now. Let's see how this element reads down there. Copy that down. 11 feet. No, not move, copy. Copy that down 11 feet. Now this is looking weird. These columns need to be extruded down. I have a view here I set up. Yeah, this was the view. It looks, well, let's see the other one. That was the rear elevation. Or maybe I'll redesign the rear elevation also. But it is reading much nicer than it did earlier. It's reading much more nicely than it was earlier. Maybe this one just needs to be open. Just the first floor. like, and the wall that defines that first floor should come in with this column. Should go there. Okay. By the way, I got these red lights. I hope the visual looks right. Hey, what's up? No. Should I have arches down here? Oh, this is actually my chance to increase the diminution. Can I make this window proportionally larger? Yeah, that worked. All right, now I can pick these up. We're making progress, homie. What are you trying to get crazy with this? Yeah. Don't you know I'm local? I'll just get rid of this. Are they grouped together? Oh, it is grouped with the wall. But one isn't, one isn't. Let's ungroup this. Ungroup. Ugh. Ungroup again. There we go. Now let's pick these up. Group them together. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna have to trim them out of the wall again. Or should they be here? Maybe these should have balconies here. Well, you know, I'm gonna paste these inside every single bay. And we could actually start giving it a fractal quality by having it read as 3 bays with 4 columns and simultaneously read as 5 bays and 6 columns. We could establish both readings, and that will help us achieve the levels of scale, along with other things. And the finishers will also help us reach levels of scale. And we're going to have to design the heck out of each pan, each column. That's going to help us achieve levels of scale. Snap that there, bam. Looks a bit odd. What if we take this cornice piece we just made and apply it also to the first floor? Copy. At this end. It's off. I gotta group it so I can move it all together. All separate pieces. Well, now that I have the arch in here, it's making me wonder if I should express it. Or is that going to give it more levels of scale? See some expressed on the ground floor and more expressed on the top. Group. Okay, now this needs to snap into the right place, which is more or less aligned here. Let's realign these. And then we'll move them down in a 2D view. Back here like this. I'll align it roughly with the bottom of the capital, of the Doric capital. How's that working? Set view. Here. Maybe that huh. The cornice definitely needs more, but it's okay for now. Do I have a door model? Well, Maybe it should be even higher. Then maybe up here. The wall comes out further. That's not working. Oh, I just need to copy this over. 6 inches. 12 inches. Oh, I needed this piece with it. Is that what's going on? Trim. That's trimming. Alright, we'll get this piece out too. Okay, let's see how it looks. Weird. Maybe it should just be open. Maybe it needs a base. Yeah, it needs a balcony. Upload. Delete. How long have we been live for? 47 minutes. Some of these views take longer to display than others. It's crazy. The so-called rendered view displays quickly. Will you even let me do a turntable on this one? Perspective. All right, now let's start giving it the guardrail. I gotta go back to 3-point perspective. The 2-point perspective works well from certain views, but when you start moving around the 3D model, it gets weird. So you gotta do certain things in 3-point perspective. Let's extrude this curve. All right, let's trim this out. Bam, bam. Copy. Bam, bam. Let's bring it back a couple inches. Yeah, traditional design is definitely not as easy as it looks. Because you have to unlock the fractal quality, and that's what really makes it work. Whereas with modern design, you have one big gesture, one big swooping gesture, and that becomes the eye-catching move. And then you punch out your windows and doors. You call it a day. I mean, obviously, with today's bureaucracy, you still have a trillion hoops to run through, details to draw, authority having jurisdictions to deal with, tens of departments to get approvals from until you actually get your building permit. However, the actual design of the project, the design of the building, it's probably, maybe it's because I was trained as a modernist, and I spent a couple decades in modernist design, but let's contour this. Traditional design is challenging. Oh no, we should array. Click edge. Array. Wait, where's our axis? Z direction, okay. Let's see which one the Z direction is. Still 3 inches. Oh, it was the Z direction, I'm right. We need to shade these so we can see those. Array 1, 1, and Z direction. Let's do 8 of them, or no, let's do 9 of them. 4 inches apart. That worked. Oh, I hit escape. I'm supposed to hit enter. Can I do -9 so it moves down? Oh no, 9. Okay. Oh, here I could do -6, -4 inches. There we go. Let me just pipe all these. Does the cable railing not work with traditional design? It doesn't. Man. You know, we need a piece up here. A piece up here. And it's gotta be more like a parapet. This one just looks like it's blocking the view. Over 500 feet. That's safe. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, let's try with these windows, guys. I should split them. Split command. You can't deselect? Oh, you can. I thought when you're in the middle of the split command, maybe they don't let you deselect, but thank God it does. Sure. I didn't even split anything. You know, the design changed so much just now. Maybe I need to sleep on it. Process where it's going. Yeah, it is getting late. Oh my god, it's almost midnight. I gotta go home and go to sleep. We got a podcast in the morning. That's ray traced. Sorry, click. Let's see the pen. Artistic looks cool. Nah. Ghosty looks cool. That's pretty good. No, the middle one looks sharp. Whoa, that's fire. I think I need to trim out the windows. But I'm exhausted. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Peace, love, positivity.